welcome back. If you haven't figured it out already, today's lesson is going to be on the quintessential blues rock, heavy rock tune, Mississippi Queen by Mountain, with the legendary Leslie West on guitar. In this lesson, we're going to take a close look at the rhythm part, and we're going to really look at the intricacies of that and get that down. We're not going to look at the solo playing specifically note for note. I've said before on this channel that I generally, for the most part, do not learn solos by ear because I choose to inject my own phrasing, my own note choices, etc. So one thing I'm going to show you in this lesson is we'll look at the rhythm, and then I will show you some soloing devices, some tricks and some tips that you can use to solo over this song, to do the kind of call and response soloing and phrasing that Leslie West is doing in this tune. And a lot of it, if you notice, today I am representing Mr. Freddie King, Texas Cannonball, one of the three kings of blues, B.B. King, Freddie King, and Albert King. And there is no Mountain, there is no Cream, there is no Led Zeppelin, there is no Jimi Hendrix without the three kings. You know, those guys were the basis of blues music. And Freddie King kind of invented that, was part of that school, that really driving heavy, hard blues in the 70s, late 60s, early 70s, when the amps started to get really loud, and, you know, and he had a full band, and he was really commanding that guitar and really just playing hard blues, dirty, nasty stuff that you can see how that inspired a band like Mountain, you know, or Black Sabbath, or Led Zeppelin, you know, just very heavy riff-based blues. And that's all this song is. It is a blues song. It's a 1-4-5 in the key of E. And it basically has, it depends on how you want to play it. But if you play it the way I show you in this lesson, it only has 3 parts that you need to worry about learning and getting under your fingers. I'll show you kind of the way Leslie West played it live, and then I'll show you why I choose to play it the way I do, and you can do whichever you want. So let's take a look at the beginning of the song. So the song starts off with this little string skipping thing on the 4, the A, okay? So the song starts on the 4 chord, and it goes A, B, and then it skips up to G, and then comes back down to the E. Now this song is all about attitude. It's about sick vibratos. Put some stank on that thing. This song is about, you know, going down to, you know, the Mississippi River, you know, the dirty, muddy Mississippi, you know. I was born in St. Louis, so I'm the Mississippi. So I've traveled that river plenty of times. And you're talking about taking this Mississippi down to Louisiana, man, down to some funky Cajun lady, who, you know, Mississippi Queen. This is a dark, heavy, nasty, swampy blues. So the 2 things you want to really get are the slides in the chords, right? Really just slide them out. And the vibratos. Really just make them, you know, nasty. Okay, so the beginning, the string skipping. Now, one thing you may want to do is I put my finger underneath the D string when I'm holding that A string vibrato. I basically just silence my upper strings with my fingers. I just dampen them. It's not, I don't do anything precise, you know, but I'm just keeping them from ringing while that note rings out. So the first part that I'm going to show you, we'll call it the string skip riff, and we're going to play it 3 different ways. In the beginning of the song, we play it twice. In between the verses, after the chorus, we play it once. And at the end of the song, we'll play it 3 times, and that's how the song ends. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Now, something to work on and pay attention to and make sure you get is make sure you're nailing that note, okay, on the D string. A lot of times we have a tendency to really hit that E string hard and then not really connect with the string that we're skipping over to. So make sure you really skip over and nail that string so that your phrasing is even note to note to note and you don't have that weak little note in the middle. So it plays that twice, and then it goes into the turnaround of the chorus. It goes up to the B, and it does another little string skip, and this is the second part that we have to learn, that we have to get under our fingers. We only play it when we're on the B, and we don't play it in any other part of the song. So we're going to slide from the A to the B. Now you want to get that slide down, but you don't want to slide so far that you can't come up and get this response riff. So I just slide about a half step, maybe whole step, and then get right back into position. It depends how fast you're playing the tune. The song is at a pretty good clip. Bap, 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 ba-da-da-da. I'm not playing it that fast because I'm trying to show it to you. So, A to B. So this is a riff that we're going to be repeating throughout the song. This is this response. So the riff is just you hit it on the A, slide up to the B, and then hit the B again. And then root, octave, 5th, minor 7th. The easiest way to play this at speed, if you're going to be playing the song up tempo, is to just bar this. Then you don't have to worry about grabbing it. I kind of prefer to play it because I can get a better vibrato. But if the song's playing really fast, that little vibrato isn't going to matter. You're not going to be able to squeeze that in there. So you always want to kind of get that vibrato on that last note. You'll see how Leslie West repeats that as just part of his vocal style of playing. So now we're going to go G to the A, right down to the 4 chord. And we're going to play open A, C, open A again, and then we're going to hit the octave of the A at the 7th fret and put a little, magic on it. And then that sets us up to start the verse in E. Okay? Now, the verse goes like this. Slides up from D to E. And then it plays open E, octave E, 5th, minor 7th, octave. Same thing we played on the B. Okay, but we're just playing it open. response is open E, G, open E, and then octave E. If you look at like live videos of Mountain or Leslie West playing the tune, this is where he tends to play that E, is here, so that he can get to the A chord right there, which is where he's going next. But playing it there requires us to learn another technique, not technique, but hand position for this song, another set of fingerings for this song. If we just play this E here, okay, this E still gets us to the A, right? It's right there. Instead of going from here to here, we're going from here to here. This E gets us into the B when it goes back to the chorus, okay? And then also when we go to the A, we're playing the exact same fingering. For the E, for the A, and that gets us right into the E. Okay? So by playing the E on the 7th fret, you just have one fingering to worry about. So right now we've covered 3 of the fingerings in this song. The string skip, the closed B power chord position, now the open position for the E and the A, and or that's exactly the same. Open A, 7th fret, right? Down to the 5th. That's the octave of the A. Down to the 5th, minor 7th, back up to the octave. Exact same phrase we played for the B and the E. Right? And then that takes us again to the... Now there's one little tricky note if you listen closely to the song. First time through the song, it doesn't do it. It plays, right? It just plays that A to set up the E. Okay, to go into the E. The A is the 4 of E. But after the choruses, okay, we come out of the chorus, the turnaround, the B, right? We play the A, open A, C, open A. But now we grab the A and we bend it up a half step. And then just hit the E and slide it out. So bending that A up a half step, we're bending it to the blue notes in the minor pentatonic scale. The flat 5, the sharp 4, flat 5. So, and then everyone drops out. That's where the band drops out in the chorus. While the rest of them dudes was getting their kicks. You beg your pardon, I was getting mine. So I'll just play through it real quick so you can hear how the lyrics go with the riff, how they support each other. I'll just start with the top of the verse. Mississippi Queen, you know what I mean. Mississippi Queen, she taught me everything. That lady, she asked me if I would be a man. You know that I told her I'll do what I can to keep her looking pretty. My whole dress is out of shirt. All the rest of them dudes was getting their kicks. I beg your pardon, I was getting mine. Mississippi Queen, you know what I mean. Mississippi Queen, go. That is basically how it goes. So let's take a look at soloing options over this song, okay? It's a 1-4-5, right? A blues tune in E. So it's going to be on E. Then it's going to go to A. Oh, sorry. Then it's going to go back to E. Then it's going to have the turnaround. B, A, E. So we're going to think of this as a minor pentatonic, E minor pentatonic. Now, what's important to know is the connecting minor pentatonic shapes, because there's a really cool device that connects the first three shapes of the minor pentatonic, and it allows you to get to the 4, right? Your 4 chord and solo over that, and it allows you to get to your 5 chord and tie them all seamlessly together back to the 1. Let me show you that, and then we'll look at some kind of call and response riffs like Leslie West was doing in the tune. So real quick, this would be our, for what we'll call our first position minor pentatonic on the A string. So here's the notes I want you to look out for. So we're playing our minor pentatonic, root, minor third, perfect fourth, flat 5, the blue note, perfect 5th, minor 7th, octave. Minor 3rd. Now, here's where it's the octave of the 4th, flat 5, and 5th. That's our key. That's our transition point. So here's the 3rd. And from the 3rd, I get back down into this first position, okay? The 3rd is the key to get back down. Okay? Now I have to shift up. Here's the perfect 4th, the flat 5, and the 5. Because there's B, my 5 for the key of E, and there's A, my 4. Now, check this out. So there's a couple of shapes that we need to know. The first is the second position minor pentatonic. So we go for this minor 3rd and we put our second finger there. And we're going to play 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4. We've got to move up a half step. 1, 3, 1, 3. It's the same scale, but we're starting on the 3rd. 3rd, 4th, 5th, right? Minor 7th, octave. If you want to play the flat 5, so that's our second position, which gets us soloing over our 4 chord. Watch this. So if I'm playing over my 1 chord, right? Now I want to go to my 4 chord. I'm going to slide into it, and I'm going to make the root under my 3rd finger. Okay? I'm not going to put my pinky on the root. I'm going to put my 3rd finger on the root, on the A. By starting with my 3rd finger on the root, all I have to do is raise my finger up, and there's the minor 7th, and then come down a string, and there's the perfect 5th. And you don't have to play a lot of notes to be flashy. A lot of guys like, B.B. King, Albert King, Freddie King, they would pick 3 notes and they would just work those 3 notes And then once they've said what they had to say, they'll pick another 3 notes. You don't have to play a lot to say a lot. So we're on the 1. Now I'm gonna go to the 4. Well, there's the 4, A, right there. So I'm gonna work my way up to the 4. And again, 3rd finger on that root. Minor 7th of that root. 5th. Back to the 1. Now to the 5, the turnaround. 4. To the 1. Okay, now let's look at that. Let's move it up to the 12th fret, right? That's cool for if you're playing like call and response stuff during the verse section. That kind of in between answering. You can do it on the A. Do it on the B. Okay? So let's look at it up here at the 12th fret, right? This would be our normal 1st position E minor pentatonic. 2nd position. 3rd position. Okay, so what I want to show you is this cool little place where when you're playing, these connecting first 3 positions, and so it's all about the octave of the 4th, the flat 5, and the 5. Okay, so this first position ends right there on the G, right? If I slide up a whole step, I'm on the A, my 4. Root, minor 7, 5th, 4th of that. And then, if you play your 2nd finger right there, this is what's called the house pattern. So it makes like a little house. Like here's the walls, and there's like the pitched roof. Okay, that is the 5th of your E, okay? Which means there's the flat 5, there's the 4, and if you go down a whole step, then you're back to the minor 3rd. And you're back into 1st position, standard playing. Now you can transition between those 2 positions, and the transition key is that 4th, flat 5, 5. Root, 3rd, 4, flat 5, 5, minor 7, octave, minor 3rd, 4th, flat 5, 5. Right? Now, the one up above on the 5th, we slide up a whole step with our 3rd finger. We have to come down and we have to use our pinky. And then we play with our 3rd finger, and then we go down a minor 3rd with our first finger, and we're back to the 5th of E. We're back to that 5th, flat 5, 4, minor 3rd, back into first position playing. So we could play from the 1, right? Go up to the 4. Back down to the 1. Now we're going to go up to the 5. So you see we can make those transitions. Up here's the 5, B. There's the 5, right? It's the B again, the 5 of E. Minor 3rd. 5, flat 5, 4, minor 3rd. If we're coming out of the 4th, the A, we have the house position. And we hit that 5 with our second finger. Flat 5, 4, minor 3rd, back into first position. So that has been a look at Mississippi Queen by Mountain. I hope this lesson was helpful. Thanks for sticking around. We'll see you next time.